Hey guys, it's SE Tuts. What is going on? I've got a tutorial for you today which is 3D camera tracking just within After Effects. Now there are many 3D camera tracking tutorials out there, but a lot of them use programs like Buju, Synthise, Voodoo, PFTrack, other stuff like that, and that involves going out of the nice After Effects interface, and it can be quite daunting for some unfamiliar users to the other interfaces. So what we're going to be using today is Camera Tracker by The Foundry, and you can get a 15-day free trial, and I'm not sure how much it costs to buy because I got it off a friend, and this will basically do exactly the same as what Synthise and Buju and other tracking programs can do, but this is all completely contained within After Effects. I will be making a follow-up tutorial explaining how you can export your data from After Effects into Cinema 4D, which will allow you to put 3D objects in, which will be even better. So I'm just going to exit out of here. I've already got my footage imported. As you can see, it's just a little pan around a room in my house, and then just Effect, The Foundry, Camera Tracker 1.0, and yeah, I'll put a link, by the way, to the website that I showed you just before, the Camera Tracker website, just in case you want to get the trial. And you just straight off the bat click Track Features. Now this is going to go forwards through each frame and backwards through each frame so that it gets a really solid track, and you want to make sure that you've got the resolution on full so that it can get a cleaner track. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top, Track Features, then go to Solve Camera, then go to Create Scene, and then we're going to put some objects into the scene. So I'm going to come back to you once this is done. Right, so we're nearly done, only about 80 frames to go, but I started recording a bit earlier than the finish because I thought I'd just explain to you what 3D camera tracking is if you didn't know already. Now, 3D camera tracking is where, say you had an actor and their face was always pointing at the camera, and say you wanted to add some sunglasses or something onto your actor's head. Then you could just use a 2D track because there's no 3D movement. There's just 2D movement, like the actor's head could be going up or down, left or right. But if the actor's head was turning round, like if it were to go round 360 degrees, then you'd need a 3D track because there's 3D movement. And the way a 2D track differs from a 3D track is a 2D track only uses 1 or 2 points, and you can see all the amount of points that a 3D track uses. Now if we just scrub through this, you see it's got quite a lot of points. Now you will find that some points are a bit dodgy, but the camera tracker will tell you which ones aren't so good once you've clicked Solve Camera. So you just click Solve Camera and it will process the solve, and you just need to wait for that. It will be a lot quicker than the track, and you want to make note of the RMS reprojection error. That has to be as low as possible. I recommend about 1 or 2 pixels, definitely nothing above 2 pixels. Then you click OK, and it will just set some data. As you can see, it shows in red which tracks may not be as good, but sometimes, quite a lot of the time actually, I find that it's wrong when it makes some of these tracks red and they're perfectly good. So the way that you can refine your track is, I'm just going to delete a few here, is you just left click a point and hit delete on the keyboard. So if you just go through, and I'm only gonna delete a few because I believe that they're quite good tracks. And say you saw a big clump of them were dodgy, you could just click and drag and it would select them all. I'm going to click and drag and select these ones because they don't look very good. So then if you click solve camera again, we should get a lower reprojection error, RMS reprojection error even, because I've deleted some of the bad tracks. Oh, that's gone a bit wrong. Anyway, never mind, we'll just click OK for now. So hopefully you should have a very low number on your RMS reprojection error, and you'll be ready to move on to the next stage, which is simply just click the create scene button. Now sometimes, even though you've solved the camera, it'll come up with an error. It's happened to me a couple of times. It'll say you cannot create a scene until you've solved the camera. That's sometimes fine, just saving the project, restarting After Effects on the computer, and then it tends to go right for me. But I have had it in some cases where I've just had to totally restart the project. So that is nearly it. We've got the scene set up. If we just click off, we lose all the points visibly, but they're all still there because I've still got the plug-in. Yep. So now we can add in some text. So if we were to just add in text normally, I'm just gonna put in SE tut. If we were to just add it in, you see it's not tracked in the slightest. What you have to do is you have to make sure that you can see the 3D checkbox. I can't, so you go to toggle switches / modes until you see this box. Make sure, just select your text, follow along and click that box, and you notice that your text will disappear. If you just click back on the selection tool, zoom out a bit and hit P on the keyboard, make sure that SE tuts or whatever you've put in your text is still selected, and then that would be X, Y, then that'll be the Z axis. So as the text has disappeared from the scene, we'll probably get, most of the time you have to increase this. As you can see, my text is moving into the scene. Just position that a bit better. And then you can have this text any place you like. I'm going to rotate mine a bit. Wrong button. Sometimes you find that you rotate the background, just hit Control Z and then reselect SE tuts. So rotate it on the Z axis a bit, on the X. And then you should find that that sticks in your scene as if it was there when you filmed it. Now you can do that to any object you like. You could put in another video. I'm just going to grab the source footage and just drag that on, and I'll just make that a 3D layer and then position that again. So you can do it with a video as well. And text is good. And in the next tutorial, as I said, I'm going to be going over how you can put it into Cinema 4D for nice 3D text, which will be even better. As you can see, that just stays in as if it was tracked. So yeah, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment place below. Thank you.